My topic for this session is about these 8 financial pointers for successful retirement. All right. So, alam natin no na isa sa mga dapat paghandaan natin is itong journey natin towards old age. And as financial experts say na dalawa lang yung pwedeng mangyari, no? So, is either, actually tatlo, no? Tatlo. Is either we live short, sometimes they call it die too soon, or we live too long, okay? Or bigyan tayo ng long life, no? And the same time, pwede rin get sick in between. So either between living too long and living short, we get sick in between. All right? So ito yung tatlong life events na dapat nating paghandaan. No? So we never know the time, and we also never know ano yung choice, ano yung nakatala talaga sa atin, ano yung destiny natin, whether we live short, we live long, or we get sick in between. It's wise to prepare for the three. All right? So, this afternoon, our topic is more on like preparing for long life. No, if ever we are given a chance to live long, how do we prepare for it? Okay? So, 8 financial pointers for successful retirement po. Okay? Some big questions, no? Ito, can I afford to retire? Am I ready to retire? How do I plan for retirement? So these are just some of the big questions. Or in Tagalog, ready ka na bang mag-retire? So some people say, Jess, can I retire at 60 or 65? Actually, it's up to you because retirement has nothing to do with age. It has something to do with the preparation, especially the financial preparation. It has something to do with money. Okay? So, kailangan natin paghandaan whether meron kang retirement target age or meron kang retirement target money, you still need to prepare. Okay? So, sabi dito, okay, maybe isa sa mga bagay na pwedeng gawin ngayon, especially if you have extra time, is to compute and determine your retirement options. And retirement is not a scene of finally not doing anything, okay? Hindi yung mga, it's not the thing that yung minsan or most of the time tayo ngayon nasa bahay, and there's no such thing as not doing anything. So whether naka-lockdown ka ngayon and you think it's a preview of retirement, actually you're still doing something. Some of you I saw, you're planting in your backyard garden, or some of you went into some kind of general cleaning. Some of you went into some kind of learning how to cook. So retirement is not a scene of finally not doing anything. Rather, it's a life event after a job or after a career or after a business. Okay? Sa aking opinion, it's a chapter in your life when you can choose what to do, when to do it, how often or how long will you do it. Okay? So mean to say no one will tell you what time you wake up in the morning, what time you sleep in the evening. No one will tell you how often you go to church or how often you will see your loved ones, or how often will you do this stuff. Okay? And either you can retire at 40 or 50 and live until 80, posible yon. Or you can retire at 60 and live until 100. No. My father right now is 83 years old. All right? And my grandfather, ang tatay ng tatay ko, he was an educator, no? He was a public school teacher, no? Superintendent sa Leyte. He retired at 60 or 65 ba yun? And he lived until 101. Okay? So, kailangan nating paghandaan if merong possibility. Maybe some of you have some relatives or nasa dugo nyo yan na long life, no? So, posibleng mangyari yan sa iyo, no? So, kailangan natin paghandaan, right? So, imagine what is retirement, no? So, during your retirement years, you can travel, you can volunteer in a community, You can do arts, okay? You can read books you have never read. You can spend more time with family, of course. You can write a book if you want. You can be more active in church. You can do hassle and stress-free business. Wag yung business na mag-ano ka, no? Parang very stressful and kailangan talaga may bubuhatin kang gano'n. Wag yun kasi baka instead of long life, short life yung ano mo. Kasi I see some of the retirees, no? 50, age 60, nagbi-business ng yung ano yun, mineral water or water, ano yun, 'di ba? And then sila mismo yung nagbubuhat ng mga galon. So, do not try to do that because remember the age, okay? You can play an easy sport if you like, and you can build something, okay? Build an organization, build a community, okay? So that's what retirement should be, okay? And preparation and planning. So for a lot of Pinoys, let's make this time as planning time. So I think some of us are yet in the what you call this semi lockdown or semi ECQ or MECQ. Ano yung mga terms na yon? So you still have some time, okay? And your lockdown experience may be a glimpse of what retirement life is. Just imagine it without a quarantine, but of course with lots of financial resources, okay, or cash, and peace of mind. All right. So when the crisis is over, our activity should be towards accomplishing the plan ASAP. So if hindi ka pa nagsulat ng plano, make a schedule today, make a time today, to write a plan. And questions like, would I be able to retire comfortably, wealthy, are very important. So ito na, no? 8 financial pointers for successful retirement. Okay? Ready your pens and paper, or you can easily make a screenshot if you want to. Number 1, ask how much retirement fund do I need to build? That's the first pointer. So in this process, in this step, just easily compute with the formula annual income times 20. So how much you earn right now from your job, from your business, combined with your sideline income, annual, okay, convert it into annual income times 20. So if your annual income is 300,000 a year, you will have 6 million as a target. Okay, so yan yung target mo. Dapat, meron kang figure, okay, goal, okay? Step 2, what is my retirement target age? All right, so if your present age right now is 30, and for the sake of example, your target age is 60, you will have to retire 30 years more, no? So you will have 30 years more to prepare, right? If your target fund is 6 million, based on our example sa pointer number 1, and 30 years to build, so assuming you don't have any funds set aside, manually, okay, with a calculator, you can easily compute, no? Yung 6 million divided by 30 is 200,000 per year po. Okay? So, with a basic computation lang and a basic tool which is calculator, ask yourself, no, can you set aside starting this year, the next 12 months, can you set aside 200,000 per year? Okay. So, yan, no? Number 3, what are my existing retirement programs or policies? If you have existing savings plan or contracts, no, that projects 3 million at age 60, for the sake of example, meron ka ng mga plan in place, no? Insurance plan, investment plan, and the projection is 3 million at age 60, you only need 3 million. So yung 200,000 mo kanina, 100,000 na lang per year, okay? If you stick to that calculator, okay? So to address your target is much easy, no? Instead of saving 200,000 per year, 100,000 na lang. If you follow that basic calculator, system, okay? So can you save 100,000 per year? 100,000 per year. Can you save? Okay. And then, okay. What is the projected value equity of my house at the time of retirement? So ito guys, no, very important din, especially some of you. Guys, very important if you have an existing property already or meron ka ng mortgage, no? So hopefully you'll finish paying that mortgage and try to determine, no? Try to determine um, whether if your house or property area is too big enough for you to live by that time. So, and you can choose to sell it and buy a small one. You don't need much space when you're old, okay? So let us say you have this house you bought today, and for the sake of example, of course, we hope you will be able to pay it off in the next 15 to 20 years, okay? And mortgage mo yan, ha? And then, uh, years from now, you estimate 5 million as the value of your house, and you realize that you don't really need much space, okay? By that time, you could sell it, okay, at 5 million. If someone will buy it, lucky enough, someone will buy it at 5 million. And you transfer to a 3 million property, so you have an extra cash of 2 million, which you can add up to your retirement target. Di ba? So meron kang 3 million investment plan at age 60, and then you sold your house at 5 million, and then you transferred a 3 million property, so meron ka lang 2 million. So guess what? 1 million na lang yung kulang mo. Di ba? That's how to do it. So if the variables are in place, no? So if okay yung lahat na variables na just like this, no? Kumuha ka ng bahay and natapos mo na binayaran, so granting let's say natapos mo in 15 to 20 years, and usually pag bank mortgage kasi 15 to 20 years, pag pag-ibig 20, 25 years usually. And probably by that time you're 50 or 60 na. So, ito yung isa sa mga magandang gawin natin. Okay? And then, is it located near a medical or hospital facility, or am I located near my doctor? So, yun din yung i-consider natin pag bumibili ka ng property. If it's part of your, financial goal, will it be located, mayroon bang hospitals nearby? How many hours, how many minutes travel? Malapit lang ba sa hospital, or some people choose to na malapit sa church and hospital, or malapit sa church and hospital and grocery, ganyan. So ito very important din kasi especially for a doctor's visit or regular routine health checkup, if you reach at the age of 50 or 60, okay? So kailangan to, no? Kailangan natin na i-consider to upon buying a property. Don't just buy a property sa bundok, no? Sa kung sa Bisaya pa sa bukid, because you just love fresh air, gusto mo na uh, you're far from the busy noise, the city, ganyan. Consider also buying a property near those hospitals, doctors, groceries, and church. So kasi you have a future plan. Practical ka eh, no? Kasi it doesn't work anymore. I don't know I'm sorry but I used to hear from my parents long time ago na when they grow old, they would go back to the province and they would do some gardening and little farming and plant here, plant there. Yeah, that's the ideal goal, no? But try to imagine if you're at age 60, 70, 80, if kaya ba ng katawan mo, no? Na wala ka pa bang arthritis by that time, wala pa yung tuhod mo, okay pa ba? Yung lamig ng bundok, okay ba sa arthritis mo? Ganyan. So, and then meron bang doktor or hospital in that area? So, you have to weigh things. Okay? So ito, very important kasi if we're going to retire comfortably or successful retirement, you have to consider this. Okay? Number 6, do I have loved ones or relatives near my location? As Pinoys, by culture or practice, we do feel comfortable in the presence of our loved ones, especially during old age. our trusted loved ones help and give assistance. Our trusted loved ones help and assistance is very much appreciated. So I don't know if you agree ka ba dito? Ako agree ako, no? Kasi I grew up seeing my relatives, yung mga cousins in the province, their parents, they live with their parents, with their old parents, and minsan yung parents ko din pag nagbisita doon sa province, it's a different energy, it's a different comfort when you are in your relatives, no? And especially yung mga close relatives, no? So as much as possible, nobody wants to be put in a place for elderly. Home for the aged or care home is quite common and sometimes implemented by law in advanced foreign countries. So ito din, no? This is true, guys, na tanungin mo yung mga OFW nurses and mga caregivers, no? Um, in some countries, no, advanced countries, they have this law that, if you can no longer take care of your parents, might as well put them in the elderly home, care home. So that is an existing law, no? Patakaran doon sa ibang country. So kung gusto mo may migrate abroad, nothing wrong naman, no? It's okay. Pero you need to think long term. Gusto mo bang mag-retire in that area? Sometimes malamig, and gusto mo bang that reality na you will go to an elderly home, no? Because your children will be very busy in their work, and government law would say na if no one will take care of the elderly, might as well put them in the home for the aged, no? So if that's your plan, if okay ka lang ganun, then nothing wrong with it, no? But again, you have to weigh things, okay? You have to weigh things over, because it's not just a social impact. It doesn't have social impact only, it also impacts your economic as well, no? Financial preparation. So at least when you're old, yeah, and then you got old abroad, they make it have a choice, have an option to go back home in the Philippines. Okay, so in short, it's not advisable for me, it's not advisable if you close your bank accounts in the Philippines, benta mo na lahat, kasi wala ka ng properties and assets in the Philippines. Who knows, you in your age 60, you want to go back home, so saan ka natitira? Di ba? So who will take care of you? Di ba? So make sure you have to weigh things, okay? And that's number 6. Number 7, how much healthcare fund do I need? Ito very important. Um, of course, no one, as much as possible, we want to stay healthy, but even athletes get sick. Okay, even yung mga magagaling na athletes, health-conscious people still get sick. So let me suggest to compute by the formula, annual income times 20 pa rin. And today in the Philippines, a heart bypass can cost minimum of 1 million pesos. Philippines yan, right? And of course, we don't ever wish any huge health problems in the future, but financial preparation is everything. Do you have a healthcare program in place? Healthcare program, ano yung healthcare program? The best healthcare program is yung may savings component, and then it continues to build up as you grow old. Mean to say, it's something that you start paying now, and as long as you're still healthy, you still are able to contribute for a specific, let's say 7 years, and then even after 7 years, it continues to build up towards retirement years, let's say 20 years from now, or at age 50, at age 60. And by that time, there's this giant healthcare fund waiting for you. So in case you get sick, there's a fund for that. If you don't get sick, it's a savings fund. It's an investment fund. So do you have a healthcare fund in place? Yung PhilHealth is not a healthcare fund. Okay? Iba kasi yung health insurance tsaka healthcare or healthcare savings. PhilHealth is a health insurance. No? And alam naman natin in some cases, yung PhilHealth is compulsory na dinideduct sa sweldo. In some cases, compulsory yun. In some cases, voluntary. But PhilHealth is just bonus. Okay? So make sure you have a healthcare fund in place or long-term care in place. Kasi dalawa yan eh, short-term care and long-term care. Short-term care takes care of your medical needs during younger years, and usually it's just hospitalization. But yung long-term care is not only hospitalization, it also is a savings program intended for other medical purposes. Kasi pag sinabing healthcare, it doesn't mean hospitalization lang. Okay? So there's a separate training for that, yung long-term healthcare, choosing the best healthcare. Or ask the person who invited you about that, kasi I'm sure the person who invited you from IMG already have that kind of program in place, right? So that is step number 7. And the last, by the way, step 7 pa rin, no? Any sickness or illness, no? Additional input on step number 7. Any sickness or illness during old age can easily wipe out retirement fund. Yan. Yan yung ayaw natin mangyari, no? And other assets that we work for. So, example, nandyan na yung bahay mo, may lupa ka na a little bit, and may business ka, and then may healthcare fund, retirement fund ka na, pero nakalimutan mo yung healthcare fund. So, it only takes one sickness, one illness to wipe out everything. Mabenta yung bahay, lupa mo, yung lupa mo sa probinsya, yung lupa mo doon sa bundok ngayon, or yung retirement savings mo, maubos yan because you forgot to have a healthcare fund. So having a safety net or separate healthcare fund is best to buffer or back up and pay for any medical cost during old age. So yun yung madalas kulang sa atin in the Philippines, no? Bagsak tayo sa ganung setup pag sineck up natin na meron ka na bang healthcare, ano yun? Meron ka na bang long-term healthcare, ano yan? See? Pero pag tinanong mo, meron ka na bang memorial plan? Oo, meron. 2, 3 pa nga. See? So, yung priorities natin parang out of balance. Mas prioritize natin yung pag-prepare sa lamay, no? May burol, instead of preparing for one of the biggest expenses in your life, which is the healthcare expense, no? So yun yung dapat doon tayo mag-focus kung ano yung wala ka. Yun yung focus mo, no? Kasi safety net yun eh. Pag in case nagkasakit tayo, hindi masacrifice yung lupa, yung business, hindi na mag-chip in, hindi ka na makaawa sa government, sa PCSO, because you have healthcare fund in place. So ito, very helpful information ito. If you take action out of this information, knowledge is power. So take action out of this, okay? And the last pointer, what are the available sources of retirement income, pension? So try to evaluate. No? Give yourself time today. If you're married with your spouse, evaluate. No, on top of retirement savings contract, no, it is wise to determine or have a list on what other sources of retirement income is available, like Social Security, okay, stock market investment, company pension, if you have, especially passive income investments and businesses. Very important to kasi planning eh. So kung nagplano ka na, then planuhin mo na lang ng tama. No? Do not be half-cooked or half-baked in terms of planning. It's not enough to just buy here, buy from this agent, buy from that agent, put money in that bank, put money in that co-op. It's not enough. You must be in total control. Everything you do must be in sync, synchronized. In short, alam mo dapat yung ginagawa mo. Alam mo kung ano yung kulang, ano yung meron ka na. So, kailangan planning, no? Tamang pagplan. Okay? So, guys, all these steps are suggestions, and you may talk with a certified financial educator or financial planner for actual details or specifics. Or talk to your inviter. They'll be glad to guide you after this, no? And may this information serve as helpful guide or awareness to lead us to be more optimistic and hopeful for the future, even after the COVID crisis. No? So, guys, IMG is your partner in building wealth, as partner in in achieving successful retirement years. So start making it a part of your goal to retire comfortably or retire successful, retire wealthy. Okay, and this one is the best advice I can give you. Join us, become an associate member and financial educator, because you are the best person who can decide for yourself and for your family in terms of making financial decisions. Do not let your bank, your insurance agent, your real estate agent, your co-op president decide for you. You have to decide for you. That's why you need to be the financial educator to your family. But since you are not yet equipped to be a financial educator, when you join IMG, we will gladly embrace and accept you as a member of the organization and give you access to all trainings all about achieving a successful financial future for you and for your family. Okay, guys, so I thank you for your time, and I hope I shared you something relevant. And this is what I would always say: you cannot learn everything in 1 hour, lalong-lalo na in 30 minutes. But I hope you learn something that can change your life. So after this, you talk to your friend who invited you. Kung ano yung in place, ano yung financial programs na existing, and what is your financial goal. Okay? ING will be here for you. Alright, guys? God bless. Have a nice afternoon. See you on our 2 p.m. financial education training. Alright? Bye-bye. God bless.